Hello everyone, Harkins here with War Thunder, a beautiful game of tanks and airplanes. Now even though War Thunder mainly specializes in airplanes, you have to admit the ground combat looks amazing. No, I did not actually get a good graphics card, I instead got a PlayStation 4, which is actually less money than getting a gaming graphics card nowadays, if you could believe that. But anyways, I've been enjoying the free-to-play games that I'm getting along with the PlayStation Plus membership. And War Thunder, obviously, I've done in the past. I've done it on the PC, and I'm at Tier 4 with the Tiger 2P in the German nation. So I decided, well, with the PlayStation 4, let's see how biased these Russian tanks are. But anyways, I want to make a video showing off this game and how good it looks on the PS4, but to talk about some really important things in the game mechanics. Now, in the controls, I don't know if anyone has ever noticed this before. Let's see, tank controls. There is, in fact, a target tracking mechanic in the game. Now, like in World of Tanks, you're probably familiar with right-clicking on enemy tanks that you have aimed at, and your cannon automatically follows that tank while you're, usually when you're doing a maneuver around them or something like that. Except, here's the difference with War Thunder and World of Tanks. When you auto-aim onto someone, you should probably, have some kind of offset, something that actually supposed to nerf you, because that's kind of getting rid of some skill when you auto-aim. I mean, you're not aiming it manually, there is no player error when it comes to it. In World of Tanks, though, you have an aim dispersion with your reticule. That means when you're moving, it's way harder to hit something than if you actually stand still and wait for your aiming reticule to close in and fully aim. In War Thunder, there's no such thing as an aiming reticule. You got a little crosshair, and most of the time if you shoot anything that crosshair is on, it will hit it because, that's logical. But here's the thing, with the auto tracking, the lock on you basically get, you don't even have to be looking dead on them. You don't have to have your reticule dead on them. As long as you select them like you select people in plane combat to get your little aiming reticule up if you're in arcade like me and have no skill to do realistic. Well, you can do that too with ground vehicles. And you may have wondered, well, that's kind of a waste. There's no aim here to hit them in arcade. Well, there's another reason. You can instantly lock onto them. That's right. You can instantly snapshot your cannon to them. Just all with the press of a button. I'll go back into the controls and I'll show you. So here I have it set actually differently. I have L2 set for both the zoom and the target tracking. Now what target tracking does is that it instantly snaps to the target, and if the target is moving, your reticule will keep moving with them. Kind of like how auto aim does with World of Tanks, except here's the difference. In World of Tanks, the auto-aim aims at the center of mass of the enemy tank you're locked onto. In War Thunder, it locks onto the center of mass, but you can adjust it. So that means if someone's going real fast over a hill or across the plains in the distance, and you snapshot to them with your target tracking, you could move your sight while holding that button to adjust and lead your target and your reticule will keep following it at the same speed that they are going. So that's kind of ridiculous. With no aim dispersion, obviously, you could do this on the move. That's right, as long as you're going over flat terrain, you can hit targets right on the spot on the move. Because heck, if you're aiming at the center of mass, your reticule's on them, and you shoot, it's going to hit them. And you just don't know how ridiculous it is until you try it out for yourselves. This is a game-breaking, it's not even a glitch. This is just a game-breaking mechanic. This is in the game. And it's totally unfair to PC players, because I thought that this was for the PS4 only, that this weird game-breaking mechanic of auto-locking on was just for the console, just to make it easier for players, but it isn't. It's in the controls for PC too. It's just not bound to anything. That's ridiculous. That's totally ridiculous. There's people out there that instantly lock onto your tank, and it doesn't matter if you're in cover or if you're behind a hill or anything. If your red little markers come up, ooh, just got my fire prevention. If your red marker comes up, even if you're behind a hill or something, they can just select you and then lock on. If you're moving at high speeds across like an open plain somewhere across the map and someone sees you, all they gotta do is lock on and then adjust a little bit in front of you, and the reticule will keep following at the same speed. On the PC, you have the mouse, and you think you're more accurate with the mouse? Well, you're not as accurate as the game locking onto your tank. That is just... And, you know, that infuriates me because, you know, right now on the PC, I am about right here with the Tiger 2P, and I played this game thinking that it was pretty dang balanced. Except for, of course, the Russian bias deal. But, you know, come on guys, Russian tanks were this good. The Russian tanks were always this good. That's always why I wanted to be Russia when I got in World of Tanks, but it is just absolutely infuriating to know that in my Tiger 2P, there may be someone with a mouse or a leopard or the what was it? Oh, come on. I need to get used to the controls of the console. The people in like the IS-2s or even in the T-10s or T-54s that could lock onto you in a split second, and their turrets can turn pretty fast with some of those tanks. It's just ridiculous. There's no skill in that. There's no skill in that at all. Well, anyways, I'm going to show you guys a clip here of me and my BT-7, I think, holding a little hill and continually getting kills. I think it was 10 kills just because I could lock onto them and shoot them. Now obviously some skills involved because I had to adjust for some of them. When they're on the move I had to adjust, but I was using the lock-on feature the entire time. And coming over to the console version, it was just sickening. This game looks so good, it sounds so good in my ear holes, it is wonderful, it is beautiful. And while people like Jingles are raving on about the battle ratings of certain airplanes, here I am coming up with the big questions of, is it really, really ethical to lock onto enemy tanks, and airplanes for that matter, while other people are still using their skill? So, obviously, in plane combat, you were used to selecting a plane so that you have the little circle in front of them if you're playing an arcade, which I'm sure most of you do. And you shoot at that little circle to lead your plane, and you hit them. Well, here's the thing. You can do the same thing, select enemy tanks and ground units with tanks, but watch this. So you saw that I had the zoom and target tracker bound to L2. So watch what happens when I hit L2. I'm just holding L2. That's all I'm doing. So imagine you select a tank there. He's just popped over the hill. You just killed him. Oh, that's nice. Well, you know, that was just one target. He was just standing still, right? So, let's take on the next. But watch what happens when I kill this guy and I keep holding L2. Bam! Selects the next target. So imagine you're in a fast-firing tank, and one after another, like 3 enemies come over a hill to try and attack you. You go and you shoot one, bam! You reload, and you're instantly aimed at the other one by the time you've reloaded. Bam! You shoot that one in the center of mass. But the next one tries to outmaneuver you. He tries to go around to the left. But here's the thing, you're automatically locked onto him. So he's moving to the left, and let's move up here and get a good example. There he is, Panzer IV. So I'm holding L2, and you can notice that it's automatically tracking him. It's no problem, just like in World of Tanks. Oh, wait a second. I still have control over the reticule, and it's still following him. That's right. So basically you can automatically lead your shots too. Yep. You're not so safe when you're a small scout going full speed across an open plain. You think they can't hit you? Oh, they can just lock on to you. So, I should probably have gotten a faster reloading tank to show you how ridiculous this is. But just imagine that Panther D just comes out of nowhere and you first spot him. Boom! He's dead. All because you can lock onto him. But if you were a normal person that doesn't like to cheat, you would have to aim over and go like this. You'd have to look at him. And then, boom, you fire. It wouldn't be like instant lock on and then shoot, not even aiming. It's just so disappointing that this is in the game. Oh, sorry, I touched the touchpad and obviously that fires for some reason. But it's just, this game is so good, and you know, I've never really experienced it with these graphics because of, you know, the hardware that I usually have with laptops and such. And to get on the PS4 and have it look this good is just a dream come true with one of my favorite tank games. And to know that there's something like this that instantly makes you lock onto an enemy and fire at them, it's just sickening. I don't know why people haven't noticed this yet. War Thunder needs to remove that, or at least make it like World of Tanks, where it only aims at their center of mass. But even then, because you do not have aim dispersion in this game, you don't have to wait for your shell to be more accurate. It's right on them, and it will go right to them. So there's just no way to nerf it. The only thing you can do is remove it from the game altogether, and I think that's what they should do. With a game like this, War Thunder, which is basically a simulator And look how good that looks. It's built off realism, people. Locking onto enemy tanks isn't realistic. Look at this. Bam! Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, the strongest tree in all of the Eastern Front. Did you see that tree just block that high explosive shell? The little stick just blocked the 120... never mind. Don't even want to talk about that. But look at this. It's just... You just don't understand how ridiculous this is until you've actually tried it for yourself. I just feel like I'm not getting the point across to you guys out there that do these games. In World of Tanks, yeah, you can lock on to them, but when you're on the move, you're less accurate. The same can kind of go for War Thunder because there's more divots and stuff in the ground. Your cannon bounces. There's no gyroscopes for your cannon like it with modern tanks. You bounce around. You have to slow down and shoot. But here's the thing with the auto aim. You don't have to slow down to shoot. It will automatically follow them and there's no aim dispersion. Your shell can't miss unless you hit a bump or if you accidentally move your cannon while you're doing the auto aim. It's nuts.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
So that's all I really wanted to tell you guys. I hope you enjoyed the clip, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. There will be more PlayStation 4 videos, obviously. I mean, my PC's video card is crap. I will tell you the specs of my computer. 1 terabyte hard drive, 16 gigabytes RAM, i7 quad processors. I mean, it's got everything of a gaming computer. But the thing is that I have an Intel HD 4400 graphics card. And it can't run anything. You know what it can run? It can run Minecraft. That's right, it can run Minecraft pretty well. I'm pretty proud that I can put it on extreme far render distance and have it actually running at a good, 40 or 50 frames per second. But here I'm doing World of Tanks and War Thunder, and they're running in 30 frames per second when I have to run it down at the lowest setting. And I know you guys don't like to watch things at the lowest setting. You'd rather go to someone else and watch them in their highest setting. And for all intents and purposes, please just, if you're looking for someone that's skilled and who has formulated a good opinion about these games, please check out people like the Mighty Jingles or Quickie Baby or all these other YouTubers that have done this stuff and are more professional at giving you their reviews. But as just a standard player, and I see something like this that breaks the game in terms of fairness, I just gotta come out and say it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.